Hey everyone, it's Adam, and in this review we're going to be reviewing the Sennheiser CX 400BT true wireless earbuds, and it's a mouthful, but these cost $199. I did pay for them myself, and actually I'm reviewing these and wanted to try them out specifically to see if the music quality is worth $200, given that there's plenty of other true wireless earbuds, especially what came out recently. Every company from JLab to Bose, etc., are coming out with products that are cheaper that offer more functionality than these so far, from what I'm seeing, and also for just a little bit more money offer things that are what I deem really important for this price range: ANC capabilities. So let's see if these are actually worth it just for the sound. So to just quickly look at the features on the box, they're trying to hit home with a lot of different things, but there's really not much functionality features that you want to get on other true wireless earbuds. So they're saying experience signature sound with 7mm dynamic drivers and a built-in equalizer, customized touch controls with the Smart Control app, 6.5 hours playback time with 13.5 hours on the go charging via the case for a total of 20 hours, and enjoy speech optimized calls and voice assistance. So to me, that last one basically says there's a microphone on it and hopefully it works pretty well. All right, with all that being said so far, the design and my first impressions of the overall look is it's very simplistic, very minimalistic. They're giving you just what you need. So you have USB-C, a light indicator to dictate how much battery life is left, and the magnets hold them in really strong. The case doesn't feel cheap. It feels like it will last a while. Like if you were to step on these or throw them in a gym bag or whatever you're gonna do with them, that they're gonna last a while, except for one thing, and that's the touch control surface. I'm already getting micro scratches, and it's not like I put them in my pocket without the case or anything. I just feel like it attracts fingerprints a little too much, and I don't know, it just might be a petty thing to complain about, but that's just the first thing I noticed, where I was like, kind of wish they just used like a matte finish or something instead of like that glassy, plasticky look. But I don't know, that's just my personal preference. And with them looking a little bulky, I was thinking they're probably not going to fit or stay in your ears really well, but even during workouts and just having them in my ears for long periods of time until pretty much the battery died, they actually stayed in pretty well without having to readjust them or anything, from sweating from workouts or just talking when you have them in your ears or anything like that, where some of the earbuds kind of loosen up after a little bit, especially after workouts or talking, just from that movement. And I haven't had to refit these or have to adjust them or anything. They actually stayed in my ears pretty well, which I didn't think was going to happen, especially with that little bit more of a bulky, chunky design. But they're lightweight enough to where they did a good job of just making sure that once you put them in your ears, they're going to stay there. Now, before I go into the most important thing I wanted to talk about, which is sound quality, you can only use the right earbud, and only that as a solo earbud. And without using the right earbud, you can't establish a full connection. So that's going to be the dominant earbud. And you can't connect to two devices at once. And I will also say, when it comes to connection, I've experienced pretty much zero latency issues on anything I've used them with. Whether it was on my computer or on my phone, no latency with anything from Amazon Prime, YouTube, anything I played from Safari, or anything I watched on my computer. Whether it was streaming or downloaded, I didn't have any issues with that at all. So that's definitely a major plus with the connectivity. But I will say, when it comes to the sound quality now, the sound quality, the best way I can explain it, that Sennheiser is doing really well with these, is just pure clarity. So for me, there's nothing overemphasized. You know, the bass isn't going to be overemphasized, the mids or even the highs, but it just is well balanced in clarity. So a lot of people are saying that these have like a flat sound signature to them, and I have no idea what they're talking about, because for me, there's just enough of everything to where you're going to enjoy your music regardless of genre without even having to touch the app. Because with the app, I mean, I've never really been impressed with Sennheiser's equalization, and not only that, but I remember when I was trying the 552s with those, I couldn't even properly use the app with an iOS device. So I just never really got excited with using the app, especially since there's not even ANC or anything with these anyway. So for me, I don't think you necessarily have to use that, but when I did, the only thing I did like was increasing the bass, because these can handle a lot of bass, and the bass sounds good without it sounding distorted or just weird or anything. And basically anything I messed with the app, there's nothing that I can push to the limits where it made it discomforting, just depending on how you like your music. So that's the thing I like about these, is that there's no screeching with overdoing the highs. The mids don't, drown out everything, and the bass doesn't overpower everything to where you can't hear music at all. Now with the touch controls are also really simplistic and minimalistic too. It's only tap or long press bass, so single tap, double tap, triple tap, and also just long pressing. And for me, when it comes to using them, I didn't have any issues with glitches or just any problems. However, if you're only using the right earbud, then you kind of lose out on all that. But overall, very simple, very easy to use, especially with customizing it in the app to your liking. You're not going to get ambient mode or anything like that, so you will have to take your earbud out too as well. But overall, I mean, it's just, again, it goes back to, these are just offering basic functionality because there's not much else to customize. So if you look at the right earbud, there's a microphone here, and we're going to actually test that out now to see how well calls do in a quiet environment as well as a noisy environment.
Mic test 1 2. Mic test 1 2 of the Sennheiser CX 400 BT. Test 1 2 3. Mic test 1 2. Mic test 1 2. This time with ambient noise in the background. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3.
With my final thoughts on these true wireless earbuds, I will say that if you're an audiophile, they're worth it for $199. But if you're somebody that's looking for overall functionality first, before worrying about the best absolute sound you can get, not saying these are the best I ever tried, but if that's your concern, then I kind of wish Sennheiser would have dropped these to $175 or just a little bit more down on price to reach a bigger demographic. And but because think about it, the microphone's not the best, it doesn't have ANC, and there's so many other true wireless earbuds. For example, I would say the most popular true wireless earbuds I see just out in public, not what the tech community thinks or what anybody who is involved in tech thinks, that I just see out in public, is the AirPods Pro. So think about that. That just shows you that it's not just about an iPhone or anything like that, or Apple itself, but people are like, well, if I'm going to buy a pair of true wireless earbuds, I need a pair that actually offers the best in overall functionality, especially since I see a lot of students and stuff like that, or even in just social circles and people I know, people are recommending them for conference calls and things like that. Because the microphones on these, it's not that good, obviously, as you heard in the sound test. So that's why I say that. If you're somebody that just cares about sound, of course you're not going to worry about the price. You're going to be like, I want good sound quality. But that's the best way I can put it. They should have lowered the price just to reach more people, but I don't know. I mean, it's going to have to be your call at the end of the day. But for me, I thought it was awesome to get them. I actually like them. The sound quality is worth it enough for me, but that's just because I've been trying so many different earbuds and actually got picky over time. But anyhow, I hope this review helped. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.